Hello and welcome to the podcast of Kelorex Future School. So today we have a special guest with us, Mrs. Nirmala Mahan, and she's a retired principal. Along with that, she's following the footsteps of social activities also. Welcome, ma'am, to the show. As this is our first podcast and you are our first guest, so we are thrilled to have you here. So let's dive in, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So as a retired principal, what do you consider to be the most rewarding and challenging aspect of your career?
Yali ho first. And I'm very fortunate that I'm the first person to podcast this. So I feel really honored and proud. And long journey in the education field for 22 years, and then now I'm totally free. But the thing what I would like to pass on is to be at this post, at the principal post, is a very challenging thing. It was a very challenging journey. You are never relaxed.
I agree.
Sitting on the chair, one feels that, it's fun. But it's never a fun. It's always your burden with responsibilities. Because being a principal, you are a bridge between the management and the teacher. You are the bridge between the teacher and the student. You are the bridge between the student and the parent. You are the bridge between teacher and the parent.
Totally.
Okay, so heavy responsibility on your head. The management always want that through principal, the school should grow.
That's fascinating, ma'am. And since it's been a long year, 22 years is a huge time to the field. So education industry trend and new education policies has been there. So how you have implemented, how it has helped in your career?
Ma'am, I was always having my rules, keeping in mind the system what education has made. Okay, so the thing was always, the focus was always on the student, on the growth of the school, and what best I can give to the school, what best I can see. Main cheese, when I am satisfying the parents, then my parents are the best advertiser who will go mouth to mouth that my child is doing too good over here, kindly take admission over here. So I worked on that, always trained the teachers. I was very humble with the teachers. I used to always help my teachers. Teachers would always want to be for the long time.
Right.
They never wanted to leave my school and go in some other school, because to give a comfort zone to the teacher, teacher should be, when she's entering, she should have that vibes, that I'm very happy working over here. So all these areas, I used to always work on.
That's interesting, ma'am. And I also want to know, being at a role of a principal, there are some leadership qualities that you require. So I want to know, what message you want to pass on to the new educators so that they can take accountability on that. So what two leadership qualities you want to inform that they should have this?
It's a big word, leader.
Right.
Leader always have to sacrifice. Leader is never, leader never sits calmly. Leader, leader has to lead the team.
Right.
Leader can never sit and order. So in my perception, I never sat. First, I used to do, when any chair has to be picked up, I would pick up, and then the people would come, oh ma'am, we are doing it. So I always feel a leader should lead, leader should not order.
I agree, ma'am. Thank you for the guidance. And I also want to know, can you share a memorable experience being a principal that you carry in your heart?
I'm blessed.
Great.
And the praises I received from the students, from the teachers, from the parents, and they were my backbone, always standing for me. And whatever I did, they were my inspiration. The management were my inspiration, and due to that, I started a group named Vadodara Educationist Group, wherein I have 1024 education.
Valuable insights, ma'am. And I want to know, what advice you would like to give the newcomers, like the people who are coming new to the education field and they are becoming teachers?
Uh, Actually, teacher's job is a very pious job. Murari Bapu once said, when a teacher speaks, you know, she doesn't breathe. So, breathing, if you're not breathing, so imagine the heaviness the teacher is going through. When she keeps speaking, speaking, and speaking all the time. And 40 minutes period and continuously a teacher is speaking. So, hats off to the teacher's role. When you're taking this profession, you're choosing this profession. And might as well, I feel, that universe has chose you to take this profession. So, the message to the teacher I will always pass on is give your best, because the parents have trust on you, the management, the principal have trust on you, and moreover, the teacher is a role model to a student. So, student always wants to listen to the teacher than to the parent.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am,
so whatever the teacher gives, she should give from the heart. She should be well prepared. No doubt, the teachers are preparing themselves very nicely, and she should be very creative in the class. She should be very energetic in the class, and when she's teaching, you know uh, she should not evaluate the student, but might as well use probing skills, where each and every student is getting a chance. And more about that, any child who is just even answering a word should be motivated with a round of applause or clap, so that brings a positive vibes in the class, and then every child wants to raise her or his hand up, and want to answer.
great
So
advice.
that is the thing.
Thank you so much. As we have two principal here, one is retired principal, one is current principal. So, sir, I would like to know your thoughts about the children's having stress during the exams.
I believe that the reason for stress is lack of planning. So, if the planning is there, if proper coordination is there among the student and the timetable and the timings, then stress is not there. Even though stress is there, but I believe that more than children, parents have stress. This stress is actually created because children are not aware of future. Like they are fearless, but actually we elders create fear that what will happen if you fail, what will happen if you don't secure this much percentage, this much grade. So I believe the parents should adhere to this thing very very carefully, that this feeling of fear or loss or uh, leaving behind, that kind of word should be avoided.